lied to. Society, your mentors, the entire framework of self-improvement sells you a fantasy. That peak skill leads to peak integration. That being the best means you will be celebrated, sought after, elevated. This is a pacifying myth designed to keep you striving within a cage. The reality is a colder, more elegant equation. True skill, not competence, but transcendent, undeniable mastery functions as a social contaminant. It does not elevate you within the hierarchy. It exposes the hierarchy as a fraud. Your ability highlights the fragility of the systems built on mediocrity, the incompetence of those who govern them, and the silent agreements that hold the collective together. Your very presence becomes a relentless passive critique. Therefore, your isolation is not a personal failure. It is a system performing its only logical function, quarantine. The herd has a biological and social immune system. Its sole purpose is to identify and neutralize threats to its stability. Your skill is such a threat. The isolation you feel is not loneliness. It is the friction of your sovereignty grating against the soft prison of collective expectation. Recognize this shift. You are not being left behind. You are being identified as foreign, and that is the first sign you are something beyond them. Stop seeking a cure for the exile. Begin analyzing it as tactical data. Understand the enemy's machinery. The mediocre collective is not a gathering of unintelligent people. It is a coalition of the strategically average, bound by a singular unspoken rule: the preservation of shared delusion. Their power derives from consensus, not excellence. Your skill is an invasive probe that proves their world is optional. Their immune response follows a predictable three-stage protocol. First, co-option. They will attempt to absorb your output while diluting your credit. "We did this," they will say. Your skill is framed as a collective resource. Second, devaluation. When co-option fails, the nature of your skill is rhetorically undermined. Is it practical? Is it relatable? They attack the metrics, shifting the goalposts to fields where their mediocrity reigns. Finally, excision. If you cannot be absorbed or devalued, you will be surgically removed. The gossip turns cold. The invitations cease. The channels of influence mysteriously close. This is not an emotional reaction. It is a systemic purge. You are a singularity. They must event horizon behind a wall of silence, lest your example inspire other cells to mutate. Their survival depends on your containment. Your feelings of confusion and rejection are merely the symptoms of this automated protocol activating against you. Do not take it personally. Diagnose it. When the immune system identifies you, it does not create your exile from nothing. It forces you into one of three pre-existing archetypes, molds designed by the collective to understand and thus neutralize what it cannot assimilate. Your behavior determines your cage. First, the exiled king. This is the most visible form. Your skill is overt, your superiority undeniable, and publicly flaunted. The collective's response is direct, brutal, and theatrical. You are openly challenged, your authority questioned in councils, your name used as a cautionary tale. Your isolation is a public spectacle, a lesson for others. Think of the innovator banished from the company he built. The king is not ignored. He is made an example of. Second, the ghost. Your skill is profound but esoteric, your power subtle. The collective cannot directly attack what it does not fully perceive, so it employs a strategy of erasure. You are sidelined, your contributions omitted from records, your presence met with a chilling, polite indifference. You are in the room, but not of the room. Your words enter silence and leave no ripple. This is death by obscurity, a silent burial in the foundation of the very structure you uphold. Third, the contained asset. Here, The collective recognizes your utility but fears your influence. You are given a narrow, critical function, a technical specialist, a crisis solver, but are barred from all strategic councils. You are paid well, thanked profusely, and kept in a gilded cell. Your access is meticulously filtered, your interactions monitored. You are a tool to be used, never appear to be consulted. This is the most seductive trap, as it dresses your chains in the guise of reward. You will recognize the architecture being built around you. The archetype is not your identity. It is the role you are being assigned. Your first strategic move is to identify which prison they are constructing. Your second is to realize that acceptance of any of these roles is a defeat. You believe your situation is unique, a modern injustice. This belief is your greatest vulnerability. It makes you emotional, reactive, and naive. You are not experiencing an anomaly. You are encountering a law. Open any historical record not written by the victors. The court philosopher who spoke truths the king found inconvenient, exiled or executed. The inventor whose creation disrupted guild monopolies, ruined and silenced. The officer whose tactical genius embarrassed his political superiors, reassigned to a remote outpost. The pattern is not a coincidence of different eras. It is the output of a fixed operating system. Human groups, from tribal councils to corporate boards, are not optimized for truth or progress. They are optimized for stability and internal cohesion. Any element that threatens that cohesion, even with superior truth or capability, is identified as a threat to survival itself. This is the human nature constant. The collective survival instinct will always supersede the individual's contribution. Your skill is assessed not by its absolute value, but by its relational value. Does it strengthen the existing power ligaments, or does it render them obsolete? The lighthouse is vital to the sailor, but to the village of wreckers who profit from the chaos of the rocks, it is an existential threat to be extinguished. Your brilliance is the lighthouse. Do not be surprised when the wreckers, who control the shore, claim the fog is preferable. This is not malice. It is the predictable evolutionary biology of social organisms. To expect gratitude for your disruption is to expect the body to thank the virus. History is not the story of the skilled being rewarded. It is the manual for how they were systematically contained, exploited, or erased. Your case is not special. It is a confirmation that you have finally become potent enough to trigger the oldest protocol. Your current isolation is a passive condition, something happening to you. This is weakness. The strategic shift is to seize the mechanism of your exile and weaponize it. You must transform accidental exclusion into deliberate, architected sovereignty. The distance they impose must become your fortress wall. Begin with spatial reframing. The boardroom that freezes you out, the social circle that ignores you, these are not centers of power you are missing. They are quarantine zones for the average. Your physical or social removal is not a deprivation of a resource. It is the removal of a contaminant. Them from your operational environment. See the empty space around you, not as a void, but as a cleared field of fire. Next, enact protocol inversion. The collective's immune system operates on predictable scripts. You must feed it the expected response to trigger the desired outcome. Need to be left alone to build? Allow a minor flaw they can devalue, an eccentricity, a perceived social ineptitude. Become the ghost on purpose. Need to operate freely without being co-opted? Publicly fail at something they value deeply, making you a poor candidate for absorption. Let them believe they have categorized you. You are not hiding your skill. You are creating a decoy identity for their system to process. Finally, establish external sovereignty. Your value must be made independent of their validation. Build an external metric of success. a separate revenue stream, an audience, a finished artifact, a private network of other exiles. This is your kingdom. Their collective now becomes merely one territory among many, a potential client or adversary, not your judge. The isolation ceases to be a punishment and becomes the prerequisite for your rule. You did not lose a community, you gained a border. The core identity that is being systematically destroyed by this process is the one you must now consciously execute, the valued contributor. This is the man who believes his worth is a transaction, that exceptional output will be met with exceptional reward, that loyalty is reciprocal, that the system is ultimately just. This man is a child. His death is not a loss. It is a necessary surgical procedure. Every feeling of betrayal, every instance of ingratitude you have experienced is a symptom of this identity clinging to life. It is the scream of a naive worldview being dismantled by reality. Your skill was never a contribution to a collective. It was an expression of your own sovereignty. You mistakenly offered it as a covenant, expecting a covenant in return. The collective only understands transactions and threats. It has no capacity for covenant. Therefore, you must dissociate skill from contribution. Your mastery is not a gift to be given, but a capital to be deployed or withheld. This is the birth of the sovereign operator. The sovereign operator assesses all environments, including the one that exiled him, through a single lens: resource utility. What here can fuel my kingdom? What intelligence can be gathered? What weakness is exposed? He feels no bitterness toward the wreckers on the shore. He notes their position, calculates their range, and uses the cover of their contempt to build his lighthouse unseen. His loyalty is to his own architecture, his own legacy. The valued contributor sought a seat at their table. The sovereign operator recognizes he was never a guest. He was potential prey. And now he builds his own table from the timber of his former prison. The transaction is over. The covenant is with yourself alone. Understand the cost. The path of conscious sovereignty is one of permanent strategic solitude. You will not be celebrated. You will be ignored, or at best, cautiously utilized. The warmth of belonging you once sought will be replaced by the cold, clean air of absolute self-possession. This is not a happier path. It is a truer one. It is for the individual who has calculated that the pain of servitude in the lie is greater than the burden of sovereignty in the truth. This is the final asylum, not a refuge for the weak, but a fortified position for the strong who have been discharged from the collective's army. Its walls are built from the bricks of your dismissed contributions. Its silence is populated by the ghosts of the men you could have been had you chosen dilution. Here, you do not petition for entry. You stand sentinel. The choice is binary and final. You can retreat now, dull your edge, learn the rituals of apology for your own competence, and be reabsorbed as a contained asset, a useful, neutered tool. Or you can accept the exile as a promotion, turn your back on the village that fears your light. Walk into the darkness they warned you about and become the unseen source from which all true illumination flows. This is the last warning and the only call to action you will ever need. The gate to the asylum is your own perception. Step through and seal it behind you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe us.